Welcome to another edition of Inside Essex County. I'm Joe DiVincenzo, Essex County Executive. Today we have another special guest with us, and her name is Sheila Oliver. She is our Essex County Deputy Administrator for the last 8 years, but also we have a great honor where she was just named Speaker of the New Jersey Assembly here in the state of New Jersey, and we want to welcome you to our show.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here, Joe.
You know, New Jersey is very lucky to have you, but we're going through an economic crisis right here in New Jersey, and we have a Democratic majority on the Senate and the Assembly side, but we have a Republican governor. So a lot of tough decisions got to be made, and you're dealing with it from not only an Essex County standpoint, but throughout the state.
Yes, Joe, we have a real dire financial situation on our hands. And we do have a new dynamic in the State House. But what it is going to do, it's going to create an opportunity for us to change government and how government works. And everyone's not going to be happy with everything that is going to have to happen. But I think it is necessary for us to use this as an opportunity to look at some of the new ideas that are going to be placed on the table. If we continue to operate government as we have been in Trenton, our situation is just going to get worse.
The people that work for government think that, you know, it's like yesterday, that we're going to get over this. Times have changed, where everybody has to pay a portion of their health benefits. Right. And everybody's got to do a lot more with a lot less. But your message, which you put throughout, whether it's the county or through the state, let's hear what you have.
Yeah, I do agree. And let's just talk about health care costs and employees assuming responsibility for health care costs. We have millions and millions of uninsured people, not just in New Jersey, but across the country. And there is nowhere in the United States today where people get free health care. And we are really fortunate in the public sector that we continue to provide very substantial and generous health care benefits. And as Speaker, when I had to work with the people in my caucus to pass legislation requiring that every employee of a public entity in this state contribute 1.5% of their salaries towards health care, I thought that that was very little to ask in terms of what you get in exchange.
You know, I could just tell you, the two cost centers every year that increase dramatically is health costs and pension costs. But on the health side, one of the providers, and I won't name the names, was our increase approximately about 26%. And that would have cost the county approximately $15 million more additional on our health insurance. And what we had to do was change health providers, and we went to another health provider, and that still only went up $8 million. But on the county side, we probably pay for our 3,500 employees approximately $60 million just for health insurance. So there's no question. I want to congratulate the senators and the legislators and also the governor signing on passing that legislation that now everybody has to pay a portion of. Our executive staff has been doing that since 2008, where we pay 20% of our premium.
Everyone knows that a hallmark of your leadership in Essex has been what you've done with open space. But it amazes me that you have been able to leverage public dollars that you have gotten from philanthropic sources, corporate sources, Green Acres funding, and you have increased the assets for the residents of Essex County without putting a big tax burden on citizens. This is the kind of thinking we have to begin to incorporate in Trenton in the State House.
The thing is, we have a great team. We have a great county team, administrative team. We got 22 great municipalities working together. We have 33 park and services. And we also have a good relationship with the previous governor, and now we have a good relationship with the governor today, Chris Christie. But we could not have accomplished the things without getting the Senate and the Assembly support. And you being the Speaker there, it's a great honor for us here in Essex County, but your responsibility is much bigger. And we're just happy to have you in Essex County, not only as our Speaker, but someone who's doing a great job running the administration here for our government. We're all very, very proud of you, Sheila. We want to thank you for being on our show today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Joe.
Good nutrition can lead to great things. Find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed.
Welcome back. Joining me now is our host of Inside Essex County, Liz Moore.
Hi, Joe. You know, you have long been known for all the work that you do around the county at different parks. We were at Yanticott Park in Nutley recently, where you renamed a beautiful refurbished sports field after Carmen Orecchio, former Senate President, and I believe he used to be the mayor of Nutley as well.
The naming of the field was very, very easy for me because Carmen Orecchio was someone who dedicated his entire life to helping young people, helping seniors, and also when it came to public safety, he was did the right thing for the people of the Township of Nutley to make sure that they feel secure and safe. You know, what he has done as a commissioner in the Township of Nutley, what he's done as a senator, Senate president, also acting governor, he's not only done an outstanding job for the people of Nutley, but he's done it for the state of New Jersey.
There was always somebody that would come out to tell me a Carmen Orecchio story, and it was a story about something that he did, something generous that he did from his heart to help somebody, and it was all over the state. So I always make the point that Carmen doesn't do what he does just for the people of Nutley, so that all of you know. He didn't do it for politics. He did it because he's truly an example of a public servant with a heart of gold.
There is no better public servant than Carmen Orecchio. Today's a great day, Carmen, but your career itself has just been a great career, and there's so many people you've touched over so many years.
Carmen, in 40 years of public service, has never, ever looked for recognition. He was always offered his help and anything that he could do to help people. I don't know what the township would have been without the entire Orecchio family, but especially what Carmen has done.
I also want to thank all of you most heartily for making me joyful by your presence on this impressive, and for me anyway, memorable occasion. Very few people in our society have buildings or other facilities that are basically living memorials. And I'm utterly eternally grateful, Joe, for this great honor that has ever been bestowed upon me. I'm certainly most grateful to our county executive for conferring this honor on me today by naming this sports complex after me. But by the same token, I think he also deserves a lot of plaudits for the great things he's done for us in Nutley.
What are your hopes for this sports complex?
Oh, I think it's going to attract many teams to play, not because my name's on it, but only because of the fact that it's so well taken care of. The creation itself, the completion of the project, it's just perfect. It really is.
Joe, this park seems like a very important part of the Township of Nutley and a vital part of the community there. Tell me what it looked like, what it means to the people in your town.
Well, first of all, there's no question that this park needed to be renovated. For years, you know, there has been work that's been done in this park, but we were very fortunate that we were able to get $1.5 million from Green Acres and another $1.5 million from Essex County Open Space. So we did $3 million worth of work, and what we did is there was 3 ball fields that sit on the upper part of Yanticott, which, you know, we put a brand new synthetic softball field there. We did also a baseball field for the high school team, and also another softball field. What we also did there is there was bocce courts for the seniors, and they wanted to have this pavilion over the bocce court, so when it rains, at least they're covered and they don't have to, or when the sun is too hot, they wanted to make sure that they had a pavilion over there. And then the other thing, we had a senior building there that needed to be renovated, and what we did is redid the bathrooms, and we also redid the building itself. And then the other thing we did is we made sure we put historic lights through the paths so that people could walk at night. And then on the bottom half, we have a playground there, and plus what we did is renovated the basketball court, which needed to be renovated there. And we also did the stairways. We upgraded the stairways. You know, so the money that we spent there, there's no question it's well worth it. I know the people enjoyed the improvements that we've made there.
Oh, this park is a focal point to our entire community. People come here to walk their dogs, to exercise, they jog around the track, they play bocce. I think this is a great improvement to an already wonderfully used park, a wonderfully appreciated park. We look forward to using the community room. We have a pet expo coming up. We hope to use it to its fullest ability.
Well, it looks amazing. The park is just beautiful, and I bet a ton of people are going to be using it, especially now with the warm weather. But I know that that's not the only place that has gotten a facelift. Another place that was recently spruced up and just to the delight of the people who use it was the senior building at Independence Park in the Ironbound section of Newark. The reaction was just terrific when the people saw what had been done there.
I'm here with Mary Azagra, the president of the Monday Club here at Independence Park. Mary, this building just went through a big refurbishment. What does that mean to the people who come here?
Well, you know, if somebody passes by and just sees this building, they say, well, it's just a building. But it's not. It's the heart of the senior community. We come here, we tell people when we have new grandchildren who passed away, we share joys, we share grief, everything. This is a home away from home.
One of the most important parts of this park is the senior building, because this is all the tradition of the Ironbound is reflected through, you know, the seniors who have stayed here for 30, 40, 50 years and now come back to this park. So many of them were here as kids, playing baseball, playing soccer, playing basketball. Now, you know, in their older years, they come here, they socialize, and they talk to one another. You know, our county executive is investing in things that are important to this community and making it more vibrant.
Councilman Augusto Amador represents the East Ward here in Newark, where Independence Park is located. So no one better than you knows how important this senior building is. What was the condition? What needed to be done here?
This was in terrible condition. When I first talked to the county executive about a year ago, after meeting with the residents and meeting with the seniors who use this facility, I asked him for help. And he looked at me and he said, you have it. Today is the realization of the dream that we've had for a long, 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 long time, and we owe it all to the county executive, who, when he commits to do something, he follows through.
Every time somebody tells us we can't do something, you don't have the money, we find a way to do it. And the beautiful thing about this partnership right here, and this is something I hope you talked about, county executive, is the fact that he's doing it for all of us here who are property taxpayers. He's doing it, and we're doing it by getting more federal grants, getting more state grants, and getting more private individuals to put money into our parks. In the city of Newark, thanks to our county executive, we've had more than $20 to $30 million of new parks, refurbished buildings within our parks, done not with local city taxpayer dollars, but with the kind of money that this guy goes and fights for every single day. And the reality is, we have not yet begun to fight.
Joe, that Independence Park also seems just like a very vital part of the Ironbound community and a place that just gets a lot of use.
Well, there's no question. There's Independence Park, the senior building that we had there. First of all, that needed to be renovated for over 7 years, and the seniors, no question, we're anticipating that being done. But the building was one thing as far as making the upgrades that needed to be done there. The entire park, we spent over close to $3.5 million, whether it was putting a brand new synthetic soccer field right on the complex, whether it was redoing the baseball and softball fields, whether it was redoing the roller skating ring and turning that into a soccer facility. and also all the beautiful landscaping that we have throughout the park. And we're going to continue to make upgrades. But that park is a very, very small park, but it's heavily used by the people of the Ironbound section.
Joey, understand there's been just some tremendously exciting news about a new acquisition along the riverfront in Newark.
Now it's called the Essex County Riverfront Park, and I couldn't be more excited about that, and I know the people in the community are thrilled about it because it's something that they've been fighting for over 30 years. And now, by the purchase of this 12 acres, what we're going to do is to have a passive park, but also part of it will be for organized athletics too. And we're going to develop that into a nice park along the waterfront, because my dream is to once again is to be able to utilize the Passaic River there for whether it's crew or whatever, boating, fishing, so that the people in the community will not only have a park, but also to be able to use that beautiful waterway.
To get this acquisition, I know you said it was a long process. A lot of partners had to come together, but you really spearheaded this success. And also, I know that this could be a real turnaround for some of those neighborhoods over there.
Well, listen, the thing with this park, thank to the previous administration, but also to this administration, Governor Chris Christie, because we were able to get $7.7 million from the Port Authority. This is the first property since I've been the county exec or freeholder president that we actually condemned this parcel of land. You know, we've been negotiating with the owners of these. Altogether there was 3 properties there, but we could not come to a deal. So the only thing we can do is, instead of waiting, is we went out and got the money from the Port Authority to condemn these parcels. So right now we're in court, and there will be a settlement. But as that is going on, we're going to be, we already have an RFP out looking for an engineer to come in to design this park, and we're going to do it within the community to show them exactly what we're going to be doing there in that park. But it's exciting. It's good for not only Newark, it's good for Essex County, but it's good for New Jersey.
There is no better park builder in the state of New Jersey than our county executive, Joseph DiVincenzo. It is as simple as that. Now, the work isn't done. We've got this 12 acres here. We've got a whole bunch of more acres up there, but we're going to continue until there's a day that somebody can get on a bike further south from here and bike all the way out to Newark to our northern neighbors. That's the vision that we're going to do.
To see the inspiration, the determination, and the leadership of all the individuals involved, from the mayor of the great city of Newark to our county executive to ICC to the Port Authority, and to see when people come together with one agenda, the possibilities that we can create for our urban core centers. Without a doubt, when people talk about the East Ward of the city of Newark, we can point to it as one of the most compressed areas in the entire state of New Jersey. And that when green spaces are put together, and when green spaces come up through visions and through dreams, we are the sole winners.
Chris Christie, when he ran for governor, and now that he is our governor, has made it very clear to me and to others that he is committed to the success of New Jersey, which means being committed to the success of New Jersey's largest city, and is passionate about making Newark and continuing to partner with the mayor and the county executive to make Newark better. And one of the ways that we can do that is helping Newark and Essex County reclaim the Passaic River.
We know that this park is going to be part of a network that connects people from throughout Newark to come down and celebrate the waterfront and bring people together from all over Newark, not just people here in the Ironbound. We know that there are going to be thousands of kids playing down here someday. And all that's going to be due to vision, persistence, and partnership. That partnership and those partners, the key ones here, obviously the mayor, and most importantly, the guy who has pushed this for so long, Joe DiVincenzo. Joe, this is an historic and glorious day. I only repeated that history because for 20 years, we had persistence, we had vision. With a partner, it's happening, and you're the guy. Thank you so much.
We have a very underserved community in terms of open space. We have 50 or 60,000 people in this neighborhood, and we only have 22 acres of usable recreation space, which is way less than people should have.
Joe, this is not the only new park that Essex County has gotten since you took office. Tell me about some of the others.
Well, you know, besides this Essex County Riverfront Park, we also, you know, just last year we opened it. At our courthouse complex, we took down a garage and we put a brand new park there, 2.7 acres there, and that's called, of course, our Essex County Veterans Memorial Park. We also acquired Kipps Castle, which is a historic site. That's a park, and also the Presby, Irises, which we acquired, and that's a park. And the other property that we're looking at right now, where we're going to make it a park, is in Cedar Grove, which is approximately about 90 acres. So we are adding open space to Essex County, and you know, in the times that we live in, there's no question it's more important now that not only we acquire land, but we renovate and improve our parks, because the economy and the financial crisis that we have here in Essex County and New Jersey, people look for outlets.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
It must be love. It must be hospice.
Joe, I know besides parks, an issue very near and dear to your heart is students and education, and I know that you've had a vision for the Essex County vocational schools. I'd love to hear about that.
Well, you know, Liz, our Essex County Vocational School, we have 4 schools in Essex County, and there's no question we have a total of 2,200 kids. And our schools are really, when it comes to academically, are doing very, very well here in Essex County. But, you know, we have facilities that are really outdated and need to be modernized. Right here at Bloomfield Tech, you know, was built in I think it was 1929, along with North 13th Street School the same time. They're just very old, they're very outdated, and we need to modernize it. So what we're going to do is we're going to close Bloomfield Tech, we're going to close North 13th, and also West Caldwell. And we're going to build a state-of-the-art vocational school right in Newark, New Jersey, at the new United Hospital complex, which is approximately 7.8 acres of land.
We're here at the North 13th Street Tech campus, which I know is one of the older facilities in the VOTech school district. And I'm wondering, has it been a challenge to sort of keep up the building, keep things modern for the students coming here now?
Yeah, it's always a challenge to keep up very old buildings. It would be hard to consider that we're keeping them modern when they're as old as they are. But I think the staff has done a marvelous job, as you can tell by looking around this place, and keeping it a fitting place for the students. The challenge that we have is kids have to make choices on what shops and career interests they want to follow depending on what building they're in. So consolidating things according to the dream of the county exec would be an enormous help to the students, and more in keeping in line with what's going on in other counties.
What would be the advantage for students to have one campus in the city of Newark?
Well, it's going to create tremendous efficiencies, for one thing. So it works for the whole county because we provide more efficient education, which means a better effect on the cost of conducting education. Right now we have a very successful green energy academy at Bloomfield. Now we'll bring that to a place where 3 schools can benefit from it. Our TV studio, 3 schools will benefit from it. And we'll have the ability with one other school to connect, potentially through instructional television, and also, because they'll both be located in the city of Newark, to move students a little bit so that they can participate in all these things.
College alone is not going to necessarily provide us with the future workforce that we need in this state. And we know, if we look at where the jobs are in our New Jersey economy, we have got to begin to equip young people with the skills and the competencies that they need to enter the labor market in the 21st century. And vocational schools can do that.
Tell me the timeline. Tell me when you're hoping all of this might start taking place.
Hopefully by September we will have this property purchased. Hopefully by the beginning of 2011 we will start the demolition. And as we're doing the demolition, we will then start to design the school. And my hope is by 2013, that fall, we will have that school open. As far as this, getting this thing done, there's certain bills that need to be done, and I have to thank our Essex County legislators, our senators, and our assembly people, because there was two things that I was interested in as far as getting bills done. One was the curriculum aid, and because we were being shortchanged there, and there was the governor Corzine at that time worked with our legislators to make sure they changed the formula way education, the dollars were being followed the student, and that worked out well. And then the big one was making sure that because 95% of our kids are all Abbott kids, we were not getting the same fair share that the Abbott schools were getting. We were only getting 48%, but now the bill says we get 90% worth of construction dollars, and because of that bill, we're going to be able to build this brand new school. But we're also going to help to improve a neighborhood right near that was really an eyesore with these tall buildings there that need to be demoed, they need to be cleaned up. So it's also doing something good for the community.
It's going to be a great season to enjoy Essex County facilities, especially the parks, and if people want to find out more about it, they can always go to the Essex County website. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Inside Essex County. I'm Liz Moore.
I'm Joe DiVincenzo, Essex County Executive. Working together, we will continue to put Essex County first.